This podcast is intended for adults 18 years and older. It contains explicit language and sexual situations. All thoughts and opinions expressed are of our own and not of those of any specific group, employer, or individual, and is not intended to take as professional advice.
Welcome to the Foreplay Podcast. Join the journey, experiences, and sexual adventures of two high school sweethearts navigating through the swinging lifestyle as millennials. Come along for the ride. Dare to play?
Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the Foreplay Podcast. This is Bella.
This is Jase.
Today's episode is everything you need to know before your very first lifestyle cruise. I know lots of people have questions, they're nervous about what to expect, and so this is a generalized, well, it's more than generalized, it's pretty detailed of all the things that you need to know, everything that you need to know, frequently asked questions regarding spicy cruises. We'll dive into what these cruises really are, what's included, what's not included, what to pack, and all the most commonly asked questions that first-timers have. If you're watching this because you've already booked your first adults-only lifestyle cruise or spicy cruise, or if you're seriously considering one and you don't really know what they're really like, this video is for you. Lifestyle and spicy cruises are incredible, but they're also very different from a traditional cruise. And if you don't know what to expect ahead of time, it's easy to feel nervous, overwhelmed, or unsure if it's even right for you. And the goal is, by the end of the video, you should feel prepared, confident, and genuinely excited instead of anxious or confused. If this video helps and you'd like to support us and support the channel to help us be able to continue to make content like this and are planning on going on a future spicy cruise, we'd greatly appreciate if you'd consider booking your cruise or your vacation through our website at foreplay.com/cruise. It's always completely free to you. We send out an extensive insider's cruise guide in a PDF version that has everything you need to know for your cruise. And if we're on the same cruise, which we do go on almost all of them, we host some optional private meetups and activities on board for you to take part in, and also give out some special handmade thank you swag bags as well. And before we get into the video, this guide is a generalized overview of spicy cruises. Each cruise, whether that's Bliss Cruise, Temptation, or Desire, or something else, they're all similar, but they're also all unique. And while this is generalized, we'll do our best to distinguish the major differences between these cruises as we go along in the video. So let's start with the biggest question. What even is an adults-only spicy cruise? It's a chartered cruise experience designed specifically for open-minded adults and couples who are looking for connection, freedom, and a more sex-positive, judgment-free environment. That said, it's really important to know that on a spicy cruise, there is no requirement to do anything sexual, and it is not a non-stop free-for-all. Participation in anything beyond a traditional cruise experience is always optional. These cruises are built around a few core pillars of respect, consent, communication, and personal boundaries. No one assumes anything about you, your relationship, or what you're interested in. From a practical standpoint, you're still getting your vanilla cruise experience, but just with a more open, adult-oriented atmosphere. Some of what makes lifestyle cruises different is the energy. The environment is intentionally welcoming, friendly, and sex positive, and people are more open to conversation, more comfortable being themselves, and more intentional about communication. Some couples attend purely for the social atmosphere and the theme parties. Some people are curious about exploring the lifestyle experience, and others may just enjoy being in a space where they don't feel judged or restricted. So these trips are truly your own experience and whatever you make of them. We do also want to clarify Bliss Cruise and Desire Cruise are more lifestyle specific cruises, while Temptation Cruise is more of an adults only spring break that is lifestyle friendly. And all of these cruises as of 2026 are couples only, and you have to be over 21 to attend. We highly recommend to watch our individual cruise review videos to get a better idea of specific cruises.
So the first thing before we get on board is we are going to want to talk about setting up realistic expectations. The first thing is just focusing on you and your partner having fun together. While it is perfectly okay of having hopes of spicy connections happening, making that something that needs to happen is something that's going to lead to possibly feeling let down and not excited. And what we've learned is that when we focus on each other and just having fun, everything else falls in line and everything ends up being an amazing trip. But like I said, it is fun to have those hopes of things that you're wanting to happen, but just not expecting spicy connections to happen. It's also really important to set up rules and boundaries before going on trips like this. We won't go too much into just rules and boundaries. We have a full video about how to make rules and boundaries and all of that we'll have linked down below, but it's good to make sure you and your partner are on the same page that you're connected, that you're talking, and you're going in just on that same page, so you make sure that all of your experiences are connecting and fulfilling and not something that kind of tears you apart or makes it more difficult. So the next topic is what is included. So we'll go over what's included first, and then we'll kind of break down some of the differences on some of the cruises where things are included, where others they are not. And it's good to note in this video, we are more talking about specific lifestyle things here. So if you go on a vanilla cruise, you're going to have the normal vanilla stuff included. Those things are also going to be included on cruises like this. This is more of the spicy type things and things that are a little bit different than just your vanilla cruise that we're going to be talking about here. So dining is going to be included at certain places. So you're going to have your buffet. You are going to have a main dining restaurant that's more of a sit-down restaurant. You're also going to have late night food options on all of these cruises. You're going to have your drinks like waters, teas, juices, basic drinks like that will also be included. You're also going to get some of the most amazing parts, which is all the nighttime parties that you can go to, all the fun activities that they are doing through the daytimes and evenings. There is tons of shows, entertainment, and over the last few years, we feel like they've been bringing on way more spicy acts. There used to be a lot more acts that were just the vanilla shows that were on the normal cruise ships, but now they're bringing on specific spicy acts, and those are going to be included. You have playrooms, which I feel like are also just getting bigger and better every single cruise, and even having longer hours and even more fun. And you're also going to have gyms and a lot of common areas that you can use as well. So we are going to talk about seminars now. While all of these cruises do have seminars included, the ones are all included, and at least they have been on Desire and Temptation cruise, whereas Bliss, not all of them are included. On Bliss, we've noticed that the seminars that are more learning and educational are included, but the ones that are more hands-on generally do have an additional cost, but all of these will have seminars that you can go to, which are really awesome. They have seminars from when you're really early into your lifestyle journey, more into sexual connection with you and your partner, as a bunch of just tons of different things. So if you want to go and learn, you do not have to, but it's totally an option on cruises like this. And there are hands-on classes that are included, but the ones that are really involved, that are much smaller groups, when you have the instructor that is going around to every single bed, those are the ones that usually cost an additional cost. So what is not included? Here is one of the big differences. That is the drink package. On Temptation and Desire, the drink package is going to be included with your sailing price, whereas Bliss, the drink package is not included. It's also good to note for Bliss, you cannot just purchase the drink package for one person. It is per cabin. So even if one partner drinks, the other person doesn't, you still have to purchase that for the room. And if you're wanting the premium drink packages, you have to upgrade that on Bliss Cruise. Once again, you have to upgrade to a premium drink package on Temptation or Desire Cruise if you're wanting those top shelf alcohols. You also have specialty restaurants, which are not always included on these. You have ones that are hibachis or steak restaurants. On Desire Cruise, these are included, but on Temptation and Bliss Cruise, if you want to go to those specialty restaurants, you do have to pay for those experiences. Things like the casino, those are not included. The spa is also not included. Yes, some of the cruises will have a sauna or a steamer you can use, but if you're looking for spa services, those are also things you will have to pay an additional cost for. Shore excursions, those are not included. Those are things that you are going to have to pay for if you're wanting to go on shore excursions. Wi-Fi is something you will have to pay for if you're looking for Wi-Fi. On Temptation and Bliss Cruise, Wi-Fi is not included. You have to pay for it. Desire Cruise did have Wi-Fi that was included, but one good thing to note about the Wi-Fi is it's not the fastest Wi-Fi. It's more Wi-Fi if you need to check things or send emails, things like that. But if you're looking for streaming, the Wi-Fi is not always going to be as great. Also on these cruises, sometimes certain websites are blocked, so that's something else just to keep in mind. And a couple of things that are not included: travel insurance is not included. If that's something you are looking for, that's something that's an additional cost. As well as anything that involves travel to and from the actual ships. So plane tickets or however you're going to get there, those things are not included. You are paying for your experience on the ship.
Now, moving on to some frequently asked questions about these cruises. One of the most common questions people have is, who are lifestyle or spicy cruises actually for? And these cruises are designed for open-minded adults and couples who are curious, adventurous, and interested in connecting with like-minded people in a welcoming, judgment-free environment. You don't have to look a certain way or have any prior experience in the lifestyle to attend. And while the main demographic of guests tend to be in their 40s and above, usually 40s to 50s, spicy cruises attract adults of all ages over 21. You'll see a wide range of people, different backgrounds, different relationship styles, and different levels of experience. You'll see people people who are seasoned lifestyle veterans, others are brand new and just curious, and then also everything in between. What everyone does have in common is a desire for fun, connection, and enjoyment of being in a more open and respectful adult atmosphere. One of the biggest misconceptions of spicy cruises is that you have to be a swinger, and you do not have to participate in swinging or engage in any sexual activity. Participation in lifestyle activities is completely optional. Many couples attend simply for the sensual atmosphere, themed parties, adult-only entertainment, and the freedom of being around people who don't judge. You are always in control of your own experience. You choose what you participate in, when you participate, or whether you participate at all. Lifestyle cruises are built on respect, consent, and personal boundaries. Another common question is about the clothing optional areas. On spicy cruises, clothing is only optional in designated areas. Typically, these are on the outside deck areas and other blocked off play spaces. In all other areas of the ship, clothing is required, and this includes the dining rooms, entertainment venues, hallways, elevators, and whenever the ship is in port. That said, risque, sheer, or sexy clothing is often allowed in many areas, especially in the evenings or during themed events, but specific dress codes can vary depending on the venue and the cruise line. If you're ever unsure, ship staff or event guidelines will make it clear where clothing is optional and where it is required. Another huge commonly asked question is about STI testing and if it's mandatory. STI testing is not mandated or required to board the cruise, and guests are not asked to provide or disclose test results in order to board the cruise. Not all guests participate in sexual or lifestyle activities, so assuming sexual activity of guests and making testing mandatory for everyone wouldn't be practical or appropriate. And while sexual experiences do happen on these cruises, it's not the sole purpose of these events. However, within the lifestyle, sexual health awareness is taken very, very seriously. Swingers are very conscious of sexual health and hygiene and getting tested regularly, openly discussing recent test dates and results, and use of protection is the standard practice. It's the norm here. These norms exist to reduce risk and promote informed, consensual interactions. Ultimately, sexual health decisions are always a matter of personal responsibility and mutual consent. Safety in these spaces is supported through education, communication, boundaries, and informed personal choice between consenting adults. Just like other events or social environments, test results are not mandated or policed by an outside authority. Sexual health decisions are handled individually through communication and consent. Can you see there's a pattern here? And people are encouraged to make choices that align with their own comfort level and risk tolerance.
This podcast is brought to you by us, Bella and Jase. If you're going on a vacation or maybe you have a gift that you want to give your other lifestyle friends and you're looking for lifestyle clothing, we have the best apparel on the market for you. We have not only clothing, bikinis, swimsuits, we have backpacks, tumblers, cups, anything that you can name, we probably have it. You can find that at foreplay.com/shop.
Let's say you're at a party, you're going on vacation, things are moving a little bit slow. Maybe you want some conversation to flow. Maybe you want to move stuff towards play. Well, we have the perfect game for you. It's called Foreplay the Game. It is a digital and physical lifestyle icebreaker game, and you can find out all about it at foreplay.com/games. That's number 4, OURPLAY.com/games.
If you don't have a lifestyle vacation planned, a resort or a cruise planned, why not? You can join us. You can find that at foreplay.com/playcation. We have not only information about the events and trips that will be on this year, but also other options for you as well. And it doesn't cost any extra for you to book through our links, but helps us a lot, helps us continue to be able to make this type of content for you. Now back to the show.
So what do you pack on a cruise like this? If you're wanting a full, really in-depth video, we have a video that is everything we pack on these cruises, which we'll have linked below. Let's start with swimwear and resort type wear. This is perfect for just wearing to go to the pool, kind of hanging out and lounging during the daytime. We also like casual day wear, so shorts, shirts, things like that, that maybe if you get off, you're doing an excursion, or maybe you just don't want to wear that spicy swimsuit all the time. It's something nice just to have to kind of wear around that's nice and easy on the boat. Sensual outfits and theme outfits for the nighttime parties. And to see what those themes are, every single one is going to vary from cruise to cruise. You can either go to that cruise's website or you can go to our website, foreplay.com/cruise, and we have all the different themes that are listed. Themes are really fun because they kind of give you something to do together before you even get on the ship. We personally like to get our theme outfits ready a little bit early. That way we start to feel like we're getting ready for the vacation before it really starts. It is good to note, you do not have to participate on themes. So maybe some people go full on out and they go really elaborate type outfits. Other people will go with t-shirts. It doesn't matter what you do. It's all all about what makes you feel comfortable, and that's why it's also good to note, you don't have to dress on theme. At the end of the day, it's what makes you feel comfortable, just like everything else in this community, but the themes are fun if you like to participate. We also recommend packing some more formal wear, and that way if you want to go have a nice dinner with your partner, nice dinner with friends, maybe you want to go to one of the specialty restaurants, having something a little bit nicer just to wear around is always kind of fun. Also, essentials for the playroom. We like to have something called a go bag. This has kind of everything you would need just to go and just be able to pick up and go and have a nice time at a little spicy party. You might have different protection or lube or toys or whatever really you need, maybe wipes or things like that. It's what makes you feel comfortable. Everyone's is a little bit personalized, a little bit different, but having a go bag with essentials for the playroom is also really nice. We also recommend sun protection. This is something you do not want to forget, especially if you're a person who looks like me. Sometimes it just doesn't go very well. So sun protection. And if you're out on the pool deck and you're participating in the clothing optional, you really want sun protection. So maybe some sort of sunblock would be a good idea. Door decorations are huge on cruise ships like this. And so you can have all sorts of different things, whether that's upside down pineapples, or if you watch our vlogs, you will see people's doors decorated all sorts of different ways, and ours included. So we would recommend for these cruises to get magnets. The walls are magnets on the doors, and like the actual rooms themselves are made of metal. So you're able to kind of hang stuff up that way. So door decorations are another fun thing that you do not need to do, but you can participate in. That is kind of a big fun thing about the cruise and lifestyle cruise specific culture. We also recommend external lighting. You can see our lights behind us right here if you're watching this video. If just in the podcast, you can watch the video if you want to see kind of what these lights look like. But lights like this are easy, they're portable, they're chargeable, and they completely change the environment of a room. We like to turn these on at night, just kind of make a spicy atmosphere, and overall just makes a fun environment in your room. And we do have our storefront, which we'll link down below as well. And that way, if you guys want to see all the different kind of stuff that we have, that we use on these cruises, you can kind of check that out at the Amazon storefront that we'll have linked down below. And I know I spoke about Wi-Fi earlier. If you're wanting to book that, you can either book it through that cruise line specific app. So whether that's Royal Caribbean, Celebrity, whatever it is, you can either do that beforehand or do it on board. And they actually do have different tiers for different speed internets. So that's something else you're just going to want to check if you're looking to get Wi-Fi on board. Some of the things that you're going to book, like the drink package or Wi-Fi or occasional excursions, sometimes if you book beforehand, they are cheaper than if you book on board. That is not always the case, but is sometimes an option. So if you're wanting to kind of get something done early, you might save yourself some money, but I said it just depends on everything and every single cruise. People often get kind of confused on how to link their booking to their cruise app. That kind of varies from cruise to cruise. It's all a little bit different. There is a time specification about how long before a cruise you actually do that. That just varies kind of cruise to cruise, so you'll have to look out for that. Or if you do book through us, in our PDF that we send out, that's a kind of all-encompassing guide, have those specific instructions per cruise to kind of help with that, getting it linked as well. And then how do you see the scheduled events? This is a little bit different per cruise as well. Temptation Desire Cruise, you're going to see those events on board every single day as they pass out the cruise compass, whereas Bliss has an app and you're able to go and you're able to see all the events that are going on the Bliss app. Generally, it's around 45 days or so before Bliss will put the schedule up. Obviously, that can vary cruise to cruise, just depending on a lot of different factors. But on Bliss, you are able to kind of see what's going on beforehand to kind of get excited. But on Temptation Desire, I said you'll get those things every single day and be able to see what's going on.
We often also get asked if there are pre-cruise hotels or activities. And for Bliss Cruise, they usually partner with the hotel near the port that you can book. You can find all the details about their hotel options directly on the Bliss Cruise website. And recently, Bliss has also been doing a pre-cruise party at a local lifestyle club the night before the cruise as well. And you can find the information either in the emails that they'll send out or on their website. Temptation Cruise also usually hosts a pre-party before embarkation. And it's good to note that these details can change from sailing to sailing. So again, you just want to make sure you're keeping an eye out for the emails from each cruise directly. And that's where they'll announce official pre-parties and any special events happening before the cruise. When it comes to specific hotels for Temptation and Desire, there aren't specific hotel blocks or anything there. It's just going to depend on what kind of accommodation you're looking for. On our PDF cruise guide for our bookings, we have some hotel recommendations listed in there from people who have said that they've been there before. Typically what we do is we either do like an Airbnb, or if we have some friends who are going, we'll split a house together. Sometimes we use credit card points. And so it just kind of depends on what you're kind of wanting to do before the cruise. Another common question is about how to make connections before the cruise. And one way is we do have a private VIP VIP Discord server and Facebook group for people who books their sailing through our website at foreplay.com. And this gives you a great way to connect with other 4players before the sailing. And there are also often unofficial or semi-official community spaces on Facebook or other chat groups as well. But those can sometimes be a hit or miss and will vary on how or where you can find them since they're individually hosted or moderated. Bliss Cruise specifically also has an app now, which is another great way to connect with other cruisers going on the same Bliss Cruise sailing as you. But keep in mind, you do not need to join every group, message every new connection, or be socially on before the cruise to have a great time. Sometimes this can wear you out and give you social fatigue before even stepping on board. And remember, these events are a marathon, they are not a sprint, so go at your own pace and don't feel like you have to do everything or have to talk to everyone at all times. If you prefer to meet people organically once you're on board, that's an amazing way to make connections as well. Personally, that's how we prefer to go about things. Some people love chatting ahead of time, while others like to stay completely offline until boarding day. And it's completely up to you how you want to go about it and how you want to go about your journey. Another common concern is food, especially if you have dietary restrictions or allergies. And cruise lines are generally very accommodating when it comes to different dietary needs. Whether you're vegetarian, vegan, gluten-free, dairy-free, or have food allergies, there's usually plenty of options available. In the main dining rooms, you can let your server know your dietary needs, and they'll usually help guide you through the menu or arrange special meals if needed. And the buffets typically label foods very clearly, and staff are always available to help answer any questions you have and to assist you. The goal is for you to enjoy your meals comfortably and safely throughout the cruise. Another question is about cancellations or making changes to your reservation. If you booked your cruise through our website, in that PDF that you get, you'll get instructions on everything you need to know about like the specific instructions for cancellations and reservation changes and the refund policies. And if you booked elsewhere, make sure you're just checking your booking confirmation, and it should have instructions on what to do. There's usually a policy with different times of when or if you can cancel or transfer and the fees that are included with those options. And these all vary per cruise and they vary per sailing. Gratuities are another area that can cause some confusion. On most lifestyle cruises, basic gratuities for standard onboard services are included as part of your port fees and taxes. However, gratuities are not usually included for things like alcohol purchases, specialty dining, spa services, excursions, casino play, and onboard shopping. So additional tipping is always optional, but many guests choose to tip stateroom attendants, bartenders, or servers who go above and beyond. Small gestures of appreciation can go a really long way, but there is never an obligation beyond what's already included. And one of the biggest misconceptions about lifestyle cruises and spicy cruises is that they're a nonstop high energy all-day party. It is very high energy and there are parties going on, but there's no required schedule or pressure to be everywhere, and there's no expectation that you have to participate in everything. A lifestyle or spicy cruise day typically unfolds in 3 very natural parts: morning, afternoon, and evening. So we're going to walk you through what a typical day might look like. This is going to vary, from person to person, but mornings on a lifestyle cruise tend to be calm and slow, especially after late nights. You might wake up to ocean views, step onto your balcony with a coffee, or take a quiet walk on deck while the ship is still peaceful. Some guests like to start their day with movement, yoga, a fitness class, or a workout at the gym, and others may head straight to breakfast, whether that's a full buffet spread or a sit-down meal in the main dining room if it's a sea day. If it's a port day, mornings may involve getting ready for an excursion or exploring the destination on your own, or deciding to stay on board to enjoy a quieter ship. There's no right way to do mornings. It's really all about easing into the day however feels best for you and your partner. Afternoons are where the energy really starts to pick up. Pool decks often become the party area with music, DJs, lounging, and casual conversations. This is usually when lifestyle workshops, seminars, icebreaker activities, and other social activities will also take place. Some people may attend multiple sessions, and others may stop by briefly or just skip them entirely and just enjoy the atmosphere of the cruise. You might spend time meeting new people at the pool bar or relaxing in the sun. Maybe you're going to book a spa service or head back to your cabin cabin for a nap, which is one of our personal favorite things to do. And afternoons are very much about balance, socializing when you want to, and then resting when you need to. Again, I know we say it all the time, but it is a marathon, not a sprint. So don't push your body too hard and try to prioritize a break if that's what you need. Evenings are when lifestyle cruises really shine. Dinner is usually the first stop, whether that is a quick meal at the buffet, a sit-down dinner in the main dining room with your partner, or maybe with a group of friends or a new couple, or a meal at a specialty restaurant. And then after dinner, guests will start getting ready for the night's theme. And this is where you'll see everything from those casual outfits to full-on theme looks. Theme parties, live music, DJs, shows, and performances will usually take place throughout the evening. You can dance, people watch, socialize, or just enjoy being in the energy of a space where everyone feels free to express themselves. And then later in the evening, some guests may choose to visit the playrooms or dance at one of the parties, and others may continue socializing, go to a bar, grab late night food, or head back to their cabin alone or maybe with some other people. And then some people will do all of the above. Nothing is required, and you always choose how your night and your day goes.
And so lastly, we're gonna go over some tips for first timers. One thing we say is to plan ahead. If you're a person who likes to go do excursions, you're wanting to do things like that, look and see what's going on in those cities. Look what kind of excursions there are. You can watch more of our videos if you kind of want to get kind of an idea of what the days and stuff are like, but plan ahead, and that way you're not feeling pressure the day of. So make sure you get all those flights booked, all that stuff done early. That way there's no pressure and you just go on your trips and fully enjoy them. Another tip is to be open-minded and just to go in with no expectations except having fun together and just make friends, talk. These places are so welcoming, so friendly. Even if you are a shy person, you can still have amazing experiences on these cruises because people truly are just so friendly, so kind, and everyone here truly does want to make connections and make friendships. We also like to say, kind of like what Bella mentioned earlier, is balance your time. Do not try to do everything. Whenever we first got on these cruises, we had this FOMO of if we don't go to this event, this event, this event, we're not going to enjoy the cruise. And that is not true. Now what we do is we like to look what's going on and we like to prioritize what we are the most excited for to make sure to have energy to do what we want to do the most. We'd rather give 100% of energy into what we really want to do over only having half the energy to try to do everything. So take it at your own pace and just try to prioritize what you're wanting to do the most, and you're going to have the most fun that way. And then stay respectful, practice consent, and just make sure that you and your partner, as long as everyone else that you're talking to, are always communicating, being open, being honest, and that's going to make the best experience for everybody involved. So there you have it. That is what to kind of expect from your first lifestyle cruise. Once again, like we said earlier, if this information helped or you want to go with a group on a cruise in the future, we'd love to have you as part of our group. Go to foreplay.com/cruise to get information for all about those cruises. So like I said, hopefully that information helped, but thank you guys so much for listening to this podcast, and we will go ahead and jump into Bella and Jase's weekly obsessions. Should I to go first, second beat?
You can go first.
Okay, I have two. One is, so Bella told me one day she was saving like comment replies, and on TikTok there's this very big thing where people reply in comments but just using a picture. And so me and Bella went and saved a bunch of TikTok pictures, and we like to reply to each other in text messages through pictures.
Well, they're like reactions.
Yeah.
Reactions and memes. Yeah.
And it's just really fun. It's kind of stupid, and I forget to do it sometimes because, well, truthfully, we don't text that often because we're normally just together. But I have a whole album saved of pictures to reply to, and when we remember, it's really fun. And so I've been liking to do that, and we'll both send them back and forth, and she'll send them. I'm like, oh, I have to save that one to my reaction GIF, or I'll send them to you and you'll save them. But I don't know. I just think it's really fun. And then I also did this thing where the new iPhone update, you're able to have a lock screen that changes pictures. Now you can only have up to 50 pictures rotating. So I made 7 different iPhone lock screens, I guess, and it rotates a total of 350 pictures. And so every day I can change it, but it's basically just a bunch of pictures of our life and then just some other pictures in general that just make me happy and bring me joy. So every time that I lock my phone and open it, there's a new photo on there. Mm-hmm. And some are fun, some are vacations, some are silly. It's just really fun. And every time I lock my phone, I get joy. And it's brought me a lot of happiness. And that's my obsession. So
it's so fun. You made me want to do that. You've inspired me.
I can send you some pictures if you want to.
I know I heard you got 350 of them.
Yeah, so I can send you head start.
Almost every single day.
Almost every day of the year. I could have a different one.
Yeah.
Okay, what are yours?
My first obsession is Madison Beer's new album. It's called Lock It. I am Obsessed. Sometimes I feel like I overuse that word, but for real, I really am.
Well, it's called a weekly obsession.
I know.
Not a weekly like.
Yeah, I truly am obsessed with it. I cannot stop listening to it. It is very reminiscent of Ariana Grande, almost like the Positions era-ish Ariana Grande. There's some R&B kind of influences there. There's Imogen Heap influences. There's a song that sounds very Billie Eilish influence. So if you like that kind of music, highly recommend.
It's very good.
It's so good. And she's so beautiful.
Yeah,
My
she's so
God.
pretty,
She's
it's
a
crazy.
fucking ethereal angel. And she's so sweet. Like she interacts with her fans like all the time, even just like through TikTok comments and stuff. And I used to watch her like video game streams. Is she the reason? I can't remember, but when I was really into Roblox, Dress to Impress, I was watching her play it. And she's just like so sweet. And I mean, obviously I don't know her, but she does seem very down to earth, especially for being how talented and gorgeous and famous she is. But so my favorite song on that album is Angel Wings, is my absolute favorite right now. And oh my gosh, I just we have our notes on Jase's phone, and I just opened up a picture, and it was a funny picture of me on his lock screen.
It was
That
Christmas in New York City.
Funny.
And you're just like in like full on like puffy jacket, a beanie. It was really funny. Is a beanie the same thing as the stocking cap?
It's not, because a stocking cap I think has a ball thing
so
on
that was
top
a
of it.
beanie.
Yeah.
Okay,
I don't
okay.
think I wear stocking caps.
I didn't know.
Or I know it's something different, because you always call it a
I
stocking
thought
cap
my
growing
parents
up.
call it the same thing because I grew up in
know.
Oklahoma and they used a lot of words incorrectly.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
I just don't know. All right, what's your other obsession?
So my other obsession is this necklace that Jase actually happenstance to find, happened to find on chance. I don't know. I'm trying. He found it at happenstance. What am I trying to say, y'all? Anyways,
I happened to find. I bought this bag and it's
wait,
like.
I want to say.
Okay. You kept saying, "What am I trying to say?" So I was
No.
trying to
I was
help.
trying to say that whatever. Okay. Well, the story is, the gag is that Jason was wanting to find a new computer bag, I would say, like a go bag, not a sexual go bag, but an everyday bag to carry. Per Jacob Elordi, he always be wearing nice
Yeah,
bags.
I wanted a bag that could hold my computer and it could also hold like my like external drive, stuff like that. I also usually have a book with me, so I think that was just big enough to like carry everything that I like to carry with me.
Yeah, imagine role models Birkin bag in his Sally When the Rhyme Runs Out music video. That's the vibe. But it isn't. He did not get a Birkin bag. That would be ridiculous.
I thrifted a bag for $5 that I really love.
Yes.
And I'm gonna paint it because it's blue.
Actually,
anyway,
I feel like maybe you should tell the story because you are the one who found it.
so I bought this bag. It actually has a Bluetooth speaker in the bag. Kind of weird. But the bag itself is really cool and it's big and it has padding for the computer, everything. But anyway, I brought it home and I was cleaning it very thoroughly because I'm also gonna paint it. And
Did you say you got it at the thrift store?
I believe so. If I did not, I bought it at a thrift store for
Yeah.
$5. As I was going through it and cleaning it, I found this like piece of gold jewelry, not like real gold, but like a gold jewelry. And I picked it up and it was this really cute Kendra Scott necklace. Like it has like red, I don't know what you call like a red
Stone.
gem and then like some of the
Like
opal
yeah.
type ones. And
It's really
yeah,
cute.
it's really nice. And I don't know how much it is, but I guarantee it wasn't a cheap piece of jewelry. So
Yeah,
it was
it's
a
at
real
least
win-win because I
40
got the
something.
bag
Yeah.
and you got that necklace. And so anyway, now you can go to your obsession because that's how I found it.
Well, I do love the necklace, but specifically, so on the necklace, there is like a connector piece to it where you can easily change the sizing of it. So it's not like you have to open the lobster claw to put it on a smaller little hook or hoop, but it's like a connector piece that it just slides down. So you can make it really long or really short like a choker. And now I want one of those for every piece of jewelry that I own. It's so cool.
Yeah.
So that is my obsession. It is the little necklace, Kendra Scott necklace, but specifically that little connector piece.
But those are obsessions and those are our what to do on a cruise, how to plan for your cruise, and hopefully that was able to help you prepare for your first lifestyle cruise, or even if you've gone before, just a little nice reminder. But thank you guys so much for listening to this podcast, and we'll go ahead and hit you with the outro. Bye!
If you'd like to support the show, you can leave us a 5-star review wherever you're listening to our podcast. All our information will be listed in the show notes below and on our website, fourplay.com. That's number 4, OURPLAY.com. Don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel where we make videos and vlogs about the swinging lifestyle. Head to fourplay.com/YouTube to watch and subscribe. We have the ultimate adult party game for the sexually inclined called Foreplay the Game that's both digital and physical. It's perfect for breaking the ice and spicing up any party. You can find more information at foreplay.com/games. We also have the best swinger lifestyle, kinky, and adult humor clothing and accessories that you can find at foreplay.com/shop. If you're looking to plan a lifestyle destination, booking through our links at foreplay.com/travel really helps support the show and helps us be able to continue to create this type of content for you. We're on Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, Twitch, and more. You can find all our current social media accounts at foreplay.com/socials, and I have an OnlyFans which you can find at onlyfans.com/BellaLunaVIP. We also have a Facebook group and Discord community and would love for you to join us. You can find the direct links in the show notes below. Lastly, we're on STC and Cassidy at Foreplay, and you can get a free full membership trial by using our link. You can email us at hello@foreplay.com with any questions or comments, or head to foreplay.com/ask. Again, all our information will be listed in the show notes below, and we thank you so much for listening to our podcast. See you in the next one. Bye!